Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. How was your lecture yesterday? Did you study? Okay, how are you finding the video lectures? Something different, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, now yesterday we studied about the Robert Whittaker's five kingdom classification. Do you remember? Did you revise? You have to revise every day, you have to study, you have to do the homework every day. Okay, I will be checking your notebooks when you come to classes, when our classes open. Okay, now so we studied about Robert Whittaker's five kingdom classification. What were the five kingdoms according to Robert Whittaker? It was Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. Okay, we had studied the characteristics of what? Monera, Protista and fungi. Yesterday we did the characteristics of these. While writing the characteristics, you have to write the examples also. Minimum 4 points you have to write. Okay, if there are only 3 points given in the textbook, then you may write only 3 points. But if there are 5 points and if you are writing only 2 points or 3 points, teachers will cut marks. Okay, so you have to learn all the characteristics, minimum 4 with examples. Okay, now today we will start with the topic classification of microbes. What do you mean by microbes? Microbes means microorganisms, okay, which are not seen by naked eyes, which we observe under a microscope. Now classification of microbes, it is divided into two, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Now what do you mean by prokaryotes? Yesterday I had given prokaryotes means which do not have nucleus, without nucleus. And eukaryotes, what do you mean by that? It is with nucleus. So the microorganisms are divided into two, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. The prokaryotes belong to bacteria. All the bacteria belong to prokaryotes. They are prokaryotes. They do not have a nuclear membrane. Okay. Now eukaryotes, it is divided into three, protista, fungi and algae. Eukaryotes divided into three, protista, fungi and algae. With examples we will be studying all of these. So this is about the classification of microbe. This chart is a 2-mark question. Either they will ask you the chart or they will tell you to fill in the blanks. They will give you blank boxes and tell you to fill it. Okay, otherwise they might give you a wrong chart and you have to correct the chart. Now while doing the measurements of all these microorganisms, there is a unit which is generally taken, that is micrometer or nanometer. I mean the measurements, the size of a bacteria or the size of these microorganisms are measured in either micrometers or nanometers. 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 6 micrometer. This is how we write the micrometer, with a tail, U with a tail, that is said to be micrometer. You have to remember that it could be asked as a fill in the blank. It is there in the textbook. You may mark, you may put it in a box and keep. 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 9 nanometer. This could be asked. 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 6 micrometer and 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 9 nanometer. Okay, you may write this. So these are the characteristics of bacteria. We will see the characteristics. First one, they are unicellular. Unicellular means made up of only one cell. They are independent or parasitic. Independent means they live independently on any surfaces, in air, water, soil. Okay, they are independently living, or they are parasitic. Now what do you mean by parasitic? Parasitic means which live in others body. Okay, which live in or on others body. Okay, if it's inside the body, for example worms. Okay, just like worms, there are several bacteria which live inside our body. There are several bacteria in our nose, in our throat. Okay, so they are some are normal but some causes diseases. Okay, so they are said to be parasitic. Parasitic means which depend on others, which live inside or outside the body of other organisms. So they are independent or parasitic. Many bacteria together form colonies. So many bacteria together, it is said to be colonies, or many bacteria together form colonies. Prokaryotic with cell wall. All of them are prokaryotic, but they are having cell wall. They are well cell wall with cell wall, but no distinct nucleus or organelles. They do not have nucleus or organelles. They reproduce by simple binary fission. Now what do you mean by simple binary fission? Division of 1 into 2, cutting. Okay, cutting and division of 1 into 2, that is said to be simple binary fission. So they reproduce by simple binary fission. In favorable conditions, they grow and double in number within 20 minutes. Okay, so if there are 10 microorganisms, after 20 minutes, after about 20 minutes, there will be 20 microorganisms there, and after again 20 minutes there will be 40 microorganisms there. Okay, under favorable conditions. Favorable conditions means which are good for their growth. So under favorable conditions, they grow double in number within 20 minutes. Now in the textbook they have given a diagram on page number 3 of different shapes of microbes. Okay, of bacteria. Different shapes are cocci, Coccobacilli, Bacillus, Vibrio and Spirillum. Okay, the shapes they have given. Cocci means it is circular. If it is a little oval, then it is said to be Coccobacilli. Bacillus means it is rod shaped. Vibrio or comma shaped, it is in the form of a comma. Okay, it is comma shaped. And Spirillum, it is in the form of a spiral structure. Okay, so these are the different shapes of bacteria. This question could be asked as a 2-mark question. Characteristics of bacteria. What is their size? It ranges from 1 micrometer to 10 micrometer. This is a fill in the blank. Okay, so the characteristics of bacteria: size 1 micrometer to 10 micrometer. They are unicellular, they are independent or parasitic. Many bacteria together form colonies. Prokaryotic, they all are prokaryotic with cell wall but no distinct nucleus or organelles. They reproduce by simple binary fission. That means 1 divides into 2. Under favorable conditions, they grow and double in number within 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, they are doubled. That there are different shapes. What are the different shapes of bacteria? Cocci. This is cocci. Coccobacilli. This is Coccobacilli. Bacillus, that means rod shaped in the form of a rod. Vibrio or comma shaped in the form of a comma. And Spirillum, which is spiral. Okay, so there are many questions in this paragraph. Okay, so it is what is the size of bacteria? 1 micrometer to 10 micrometer. What are the characteristics? These are the characteristics. What are the different shapes? What are the different shapes of bacteria? This much questions could be asked. Okay, you may write. So this is the next topic, that is characteristics of protozoa. The size of the protozoa is approximately 200 micrometer. Now 200 micrometer is very big compared to that of 10 micrometer in case of bacteria. What was in case of bacteria? In case of bacteria, it was from about 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. In case of protozoa, it is approximately 200 micrometer. So it is comparatively bigger than bacteria. And bacteria are prokaryotes. This belongs to eukaryotes. They are found in soil, fresh water, sea water. Some are in the body of other organisms. And if they are found in the body of other organisms, they are pathogenic. Pathogenic means which causes diseases. Okay, pathogenic means which causes diseases. You may write this causes diseases in your textbook. Okay, so they are found in soil, fresh water, sea water, some in body of other organisms, that is they are pathogenic and it causes diseases. They are unicellular, it is of one cell. Eukaryotic, that means it has a nuclear membrane. Okay. Now there are great variations among the organisms, that means all the organisms of these classification, that is protozoa, they look alike. Okay, they are having different variations, they are different in their shape. There are great variations among organisms, that means their cell structure is different. One could be of rod shaped, one could be of different shape, their shapes are different. Their cell structure, that means the outermost cell wall, there is difference in their cell structure. Organs of locomotion, locomotion means movement. Okay, locomotion means movement. This we had studied in the other lecture about protista. Okay, they are having flagella, cilia or pseudopodia. Okay, yesterday I had discussed about pseudopodia, flagella and cilia. So there are different organs of locomotion. Their mode of nutrition is different. Okay, mode of nutrition is different means some are having pseudopodia, some their mode of eating is different. They reproduce by simple cell division. One cell divides into two. So these are the characteristics. What are they? Found in soil, fresh water, sea water, some in the body of other organisms. They are said to be pathogenic, that means which causes diseases. They are unicellular, eukaryotic. Great variation among the organisms in their cell structure, organs of locomotion, mode of nutrition. They reproduce by simple cell division. Now these are the examples. This could be asked as objective type questions, that means fill in the blanks, name the following, match the following, etc. Amoeba and paramecium, they are free living in dirty water. They could ask you the question, name two protist, name two protozoa which are free living in dirty water. It is amoeba and paramecium. Next is Entamoeba histolytica. This is the name of amoeba. Okay, that is the scientific name. It is a single name but written separately. This is the genus name and this is the species name according to binomial nomenclature. Okay, so binomial nomenclature, there are two names, genus and species name. So now in case of amoeba, it is Entamoeba histolytica, which causes the disease called amoebiasis. Okay, amoebiasis is a disease which is spread due to contaminated water. Okay, through water. In water there might be these organisms, Entamoeba histolytica. It causes the disease called as amoebiasis. There is major diarrhea. Okay, diarrhea means julab. Okay, diarrhea in case of diarrhea and fever in case of amoebiasis with severe stomach pain. Plasmodium vivax is another organism, another protozoa which causes malaria. Now the question could be, dash is the organism which causes malaria, dash is the organism which causes amoebiasis, and Euglena is an autotrophic protist. Okay, mostly this is not autotrophic, this is not autotrophic, but this is autotrophic. Autotrophic means they have chlorophyll and they can carry out photosynthesis. Okay, so these are the different types of questions which could be asked. First is the size, second is the characteristics, third is about all these points. These points are important. Okay, so you may mark in your textbook accordingly. Okay, mark. Okay, so this is the next, that is characteristics of fungi. Approximately 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. So these are comparatively smaller compared to that of protozoans. They are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means, what do you mean by that? They are having nucleus. Saprophytic, yesterday we had discussed saprophytic. Saprophytic means which feeds upon dead and decaying organic matter. Okay, so dead and decaying organic matter, they feed on that, so they are said to be saprophytic. Unicellular or multicellular, Those who are unicellular, it is observed under microscope. Multicellular, they could be seen by naked eyes. Reproduce asexually. Okay, reproduce asexually by cell division and sexually by budding. Okay, yeast is a unicellular fungi. Okay, yeast, do you remember yeast? Do you know yeast? It is a single celled fungi. Okay, it reproduces by budding. That means there is a single cell. I'll show you. There is a single cell, a bud is formed on that and it develops into a yeast. Again a bud is formed on that and it develops into a yeast. So they could remain attached or they could detach. Okay, so this is budding. So they reproduce asexually by cell division, sexually by budding. Example, baker's yeast, candida, mushroom, etc. Now in your textbook they have given two different paragraphs on characteristics of fungi. The one which have been given on page number 3, okay, page number 3, that you may write as the answer. If you are having a question on write the characteristics of fungi, okay, that is a better one. Next is characteristics of algae, approximately 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. They are aquatic. Aquatic means live in water. They are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means they are having nucleus. Unicellular. Autotrophic. Autotrophic means which can carry out photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is carried out with the help of chloroplast in their cell. They are unicellular or multicellular. Chlorella and Chlamydomonas. Chlorella and Chlamydomonas, these are examples of algae. The spellings are very important. Now you have gone to your 8th standard. You have to improve your spellings, especially in science. While you write the answers for fill in the blanks, name the following. If your spellings are not correct, teachers cut marks. Okay, so the spellings are very important. So these are the characteristics of fungi and characteristics of algae. You may mark in your textbooks. Now the last is characteristics of viruses. You are familiar with the term virus now. You have heard about coronavirus. Okay, so viruses, they are organisms at the edge of living and non-living. That means when they are independent, they are considered to be non-living. But as soon as it enters into a living cell, it could be a bacteria, it could be a plant cell, it could be an animal cell. As soon as it enters into a cell, living cell, it becomes living. So till then it is non-living. So if it is just lying down here, okay, if it is just lying down anywhere, then it is non-living. But as soon as it enters your throat, it becomes living. Okay, now what do they do? If consider there is a cell, if there is a cell, this is our throat cell. Consider this is a cell in our throat. What will the virus do? The virus will sit on the cell. Consider this as a virus. Understood? It is having a DNA at its center. I will show you. If this is the structure of a virus, there is a DNA. This is the DNA. It will infect the cell and put the DNA into the cell. Okay, now inside this cell, this DNA will capture the cell. You might have heard about kings capturing different kingdoms. Similarly, the virus captures the cell. It injects its DNA or RNA into the cell and it orders the cell to produce its own parts of the cell. Okay, its own parts. It orders the living cell to produce its parts. That means its DNA, its protein coat. This covering, okay, this covering of the cell, it is said to be a protein coat. Okay, so what is virus exactly? Virus, they are independent particles with long DNA molecule or RNA molecule. In the center, there is a DNA or an RNA with the protein coat. Okay, so virus is a gentleman. It is having a coat. It is having a protein coat. But inside the protein coat, what is there? There is a DNA or an RNA. What is the purpose of that? Whenever it gets a living cell, it captures it. It injects its DNA or RNA into that cell and orders that cell to produce its own parts, and after ordering the cell, that cell cannot do the work on its own. It will do the work which is ordered by the virus. Okay, and the cell starts producing more and more viruses. That cells breaks open and several viruses come out. Okay, all those viruses again infect another living cell, and like that the virus number goes on increasing. If the number of viruses goes beyond a particular number, then we get the particular disease. Okay, so what are the viruses said to be? They are said to be organisms at the edge of living and non-living. Okay, why it is said to be so? Because when it is independent, it is non-living. As soon as it get a living cell, it infects a living cell, it becomes living. They are extremely minute. They are 10 to 100 times smaller than that of bacteria. They are observed under an electron microscope. It cannot be seen under a microscope or normal microscope which we are having in our schools. Okay, we cannot see those viruses under the compound microscope, but we are able to see the viruses only under electron microscope. They are very, very small compared to that of a bacteria. They are independent particles with long DNA molecule or long RNA molecule. Okay, they are having a protein coat, inside a protein coat. They survive in living cells. Okay, they are living inside another living cell. Okay, they cause many diseases to plant and animals. These are the characteristics of viruses. Now on page number 5, there is a do you know question. Do you know? Human viruses. Examples of human viruses are poliovirus, influenza virus, HIV AIDS virus, etc. You can write coronavirus also. You are all familiar with the word now. So human viruses, polioviruses, influenza virus, HIV or AIDS virus, etc. These are examples of human viruses. Cattle. Okay, so the virus which infects cattle is picorna virus. The virus which infects plants is tomato wilt virus, tobacco mosaic virus, etc. The bacteria. Okay, the virus, it doesn't leave the bacteria also. Bacteria is killing us. Okay, it is able to cause diseases in our body also, but virus don't leave that bacteria also. Okay, virus infects a bacteria also. So such a virus which infects bacteria, it is called as a bacteriophage. Okay, it is a, name the following question. The virus which infects bacteria, it is bacteriophage. I repeat, the virus which infects bacteria, it is bacteriophage. This box, it could be asked as a fill in the blank question. Now page number 5, exercise. I will be giving you the exercise when our classes start. Okay, now I don't have any printed notes for exercises. I will see to it what could be done at the earliest, but you can fill up question number 2. Okay, it is according to the chart which is there in the chapter. Now find out my partner. You may mark that. Fungi, it is Candida. Protozoa, it is amoeba. Virus, it is bacteriophage. Algae, it is chlorella. And bacteria is prokaryotic. I repeat, fungi, Candida. Protozoa, amoeba. Virus, bacteriophage. Algae, chlorella. And bacteria, prokaryotic. Now state whether the following statements are true or false. Lactobacilli are harmful bacteria. It is false. They are useful bacteria. Cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin. True. Organ of locomotion in amoeba is pseudopodia. True. Tomato wilt is a viral disease. True. So first one is false. All others are true. Now, who am I? Question. I don't have true nucleus, cell organelles or plasma membrane. It is virus. In schools, they might give you another answer. You may even if you write that answer, I will give you marks. I have nucleus and membrane bound cell organelles. It is eukaryotic or protista, fungi, plantae, animalia. I live on decaying organic matter. It is fungi. I reproduce mainly by cell division. It is prokaryotes or protozoa. I can produce my replica, that is virus. I am green but don't have organs. It is algae. And draw neat label diagrams of different types of bacteria. It is there on page number different types of bacteria on page number 3. Okay, and this one figure 1.2. okay, they are also different types of bacteria. You may learn the names: Clostridium tetani, Streptococcus pneumoniae, Treponema pallidum, Vibrio cholerae, Salmonella typhi, Clostridium botulinum, Legionella pneumoniae, Staphylococcus aureus. Okay, these are the different types of bacteria. You may write and learn the spellings. Okay, generally teachers don't ask because the spellings are difficult for you. Paramecium. Okay, page number 5. Draw neat label diagrams of paramecium and bacteriophage. Okay, I will give you the diagram of bacteriophage. Okay, you may see. So you may see this is the diagram of virus. You may copy this in your notebook. In your schools, they might give you different diagrams. Whatever has been given in your school, that you may write. Okay, so this is a virus. Its head, there is a DNA, there are tail fibers, and there is a plate at the bottom part. It is said to be the base plate. Now these viruses, all of them don't look like this. Their structures are different from each other. There are different structures. Okay, so this is the diagram of a bacteriophage. Okay, or bacteriophage. If you are asked the question on bacteriophage, you may draw this. Now we will see the diagram. The homework. Write characteristics of bacteria, virus, algae. Second, what are the different shapes of bacteria? You have to draw the diagram. Different shapes of bacteria, the diagram. Draw Paramecium, Euglena, amoeba, fungi, chlorella. For fungi, you may draw the diagram 1.4 on page number 2. Okay, it is a very important diagram. So all this you have to do as homework, and this diagram, that is of bacteriophage, you may draw it and keep in your notebook. Okay, so this is about characteristics of viruses. So some part of the exercise also we have finished. The descriptive part I will give you later. Okay, now whatever questions I am giving you as homework, okay, and whatever I am telling you to mark in your textbook, the name the following questions, objective type questions, those questions you may mark in your textbook and in your notebook. Okay, that I will be asking for my test. I will be taking a test. I will be giving you the dates in the schedule. Okay, you may refer to the schedule for that, for the test. After I finish with 2 chapters, I will take a test. Okay, so hope you have understood the first chapter. If you are having any doubt, you may ask on my number. Okay, thank you.